This game is something. It has a way of hooking you in. It was 2016 for me. Everyone was buzzing about this new Team Fortress 2 style game. I think I only had 2 friends at the time who had copies. It was $40 at the time after all, and while we didn't have much money, that was way cheaper than $60. And it was a whole year before Fortnite even came out and pushed forward the whole free-to-play thing. Those 2 friends slowly dropped off the game. They would come back every now and again, but I kept playing. I could talk about how the characters feel like they're living and breathing with aspirations. I could talk about how the maps are a joy to explore with all their hidden rooms and delightful lore. I could talk about how all of these tiny things made one big thing that changed my life in so many unaccountable ways. That's not why we're here. This game is us. You being here right now, in this moment, means it meant something to you, even if that was a long time ago. That this was a method in which you expressed yourself. You chose to open this game, to experience it. For me, that meant that somewhere along the way, I got better at the game. I grew this consciousness of curiosity, of needing to explore and find avenues of thought and gameplay that I had never adventured through before. Methods that I copied because in my mind, I understood them. Only later through trials did reality knock on my door and tell me no, you haven't learned enough yet. Eventually I did learn more. I got better again. I joined teams. Not all of them were big pro teams, but not all of them were humble and joyous either. If I were to go back in time, yes.
Get on with it! I don't need your life story! 我而家會講廣東話啦，冇人會知道我講乜嘢啊。
Okay, well, I made top 500 more than a handful of times, even still recently. I had to squeeze that in at least. Well, anyways, walk with me. Doing all of that, during all of those years of Overwatch being my expression to live life with, I was left with I had turned the music slider off to keep myself calm during overtime. Moments of the wire where overtime music hyping you up might be the last thing you want. A hinder in your capability to avoid getting lost in the moment was the message taught to us at the time. There was this old belief I had clung on to for the longest time. Somewhere along the line, I had thought that every little thing would give me a competitive edge. It's not until you've reached the end that you realize it was all an illusion. A play you conducted yourself, not to deceive yourself, but to give yourself hope. That surely it's not as simple as studying others and studying yourself. I made myself a fool. Not for once, but for picking up these miscellaneous puzzle pieces anyways. If you've turned your game music off, you can bring that volume back up, at least a little bit, if not all the way. I promise you'll perform just fine. Oh, and location-specific sounds aren't tied to music volume. They're in the sound effects one. I just thought I should say that. There's this adage from Tommy Tune. When words aren't enough, you sing. And when singing isn't enough, you dance.
If I were a rich man, yabba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dum. All day long I biddy-biddy-bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dum.
He was talking about musical theater, but it's true for us as human beings, as people, as well. When you just don't have the words to describe what you're feeling, and why your heart has fluttered and landed on this specific lily, you make art. There's so many people to name on the music side. Laura Platt, Fariha, Fitzy, the Living Tombstone, Starbomb, Nerd Out. All of these people and many more got inspired by the game enough to get up and award it with their own creativity of remixes, covers, and whole original songs. It even inspired me, and I didn't care how long ago these songs were made. Despite never having the in-game music turned on, despite not knowing what I was doing, I still found a way to make my own contribution. The key to self-discovery is finding your own ego. It starts with the world around you, with the things you interact. Something as simple and as complex as Overwatch finds its way of bringing that dance out of you. Making that connection and clasping your hands around that idea and bringing it close to your chest, close to your heart. That's how we piece together our own being. You are not one single thing. You are someone to experience as a whole. It is inconceivable to try to bring you, and all of you, down to a summary of 6 words or less. You've experienced this game as a whole, as it should be. But sometimes it takes the small details to realize the wholeness of the experience you considered worthwhile enough to be conscious of it. You don't strictly need that consciousness of knowing how moving the characters in game feel natural, or how it is you're able to grow your hair. But you become conscious of these things because you're curious, because it deepens your relationship with the game and what you know of it. If you're here despite how long ago you had quit playing the game, then welcome. There's no need to comment about what the game has become or what made you cut your ties or how you need to be validated and feeling like it was taken away from you. That's not what this video is about. We can wish for Overwatch to return as it was, but our experiences as they were, those disappear with the passage of time. Yes, the game has changed. There's no questioning how that has happened. But you've changed too. You never get to see yourself in a mirror. Not really. Who you truly are in this moment. Children see who they could be. You and I, though, we see who we were, who we used to be, and how our own navigation in life has changed us. The decisions we've made and how we have so much more to go. You're a different person than you were 2 years ago. Even that's incomparable to the you of 6 years ago. Experiences are precious. Who we are, and when we had experienced things, are aspects of being that simply cannot be ignored. Yes, Overwatch as it was has changed, but you have too. The changes you've had in your own life don't stand out to you. From your point of view, you haven't changed. You are still you. You've changed so much while never having changed at the same time. There's no questioning how that has happened. There's also more outside of inside the game for music too. For all of the animated shorts that Blizzard makes, they also upload an audio-only version to their YouTube channel. Even their esports side are making their own songs. Like, yes. And, well, thank you for getting this far into the video. While this video has been playing, you've been listening to the game's music, outside and in, and some covers. I hope you've been appreciating it all as much as I have been. With this, I've only recently gotten to remember what it's like to experience something for the first time again. It's odd sometimes how things just show up